Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could really shake up the NFC North and, honestly, the entire NFL landscape. Rumors have been swirling around a potential blockbuster trade that could send Tampa Bay Buccaneers star wide receiver Mike Evans to the Green Bay Packers. And if this deal goes down, it might be one of the most impactful moves for the Packers in recent memory, possibly even setting them up for that deep playoff run we're all dreaming about. But let's take a step back and analyze everything, why it makes sense, what it could mean, and how it aligns with the Packers' current situation. First, let's talk about Evans himself. The guy's a legit NFL legend at this point. In 2025, despite some injury setbacks, Evans has been phenomenal. 78 catches for 120 yards and 11 touchdowns in just 15 games. That's the kind of production that can transform any offense. His yards per reception sit at a healthy 14.4, and his PFF receiving grade is among the top in the league at 88.6, not to mention his advanced stats, 3.0 yards per route run according to Next Gen Stats, putting him in the top 7 in the league. His career numbers are equally impressive. Over 200 yards, 98 touchdowns, and nearly 800 receptions since entering the league in 2014. Evans is a big, physical receiver who excels in contested catches, much like Randy Moss in his prime. His ability to go up and snag the ball in tight windows makes him an invaluable red zone threat, boosting a team's scoring chances significantly. Now, the context in Tampa Bay is interesting. The Buccaneers are currently 6-9 in 2025, and the team is in a bit of a transitional phase. With Evans' extension stalling, likely due to contract negotiations or cap considerations, and the team focusing on rebuilding their secondary with draft picks, it looks like Tampa is leaning toward a reset. They're about $11 million under the salary cap, which gives them some flexibility to make moves, and they're prioritizing youth and future assets. The Bucs are also focusing on their quarterback situation, especially since they want to build around their young core and possibly draft or develop new weapons. Given Evans' age, he's 31 now, the Bucs might see trading him as a way to maximize value before his production starts to decline and to bolster their rebuild with draft capital. And this is where the Packers come into the picture. Green Bay, sitting at 9-5-1, is in a prime position to make a serious playoff push, but they need that extra spark. Their offense has been solid but inconsistent at times, especially in the red zone. With Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs as their primary targets, the Packers have some explosive playmakers, but they've lacked that true big-bodied receiver who can dominate in contested situations and in the red zone. That's exactly what Evans would bring. His size, route running, and ability to win jump balls would complement Watson's speed and Doubs' route precision perfectly. It would create mismatches that defenses would struggle to contain, especially in critical moments. The potential trade, as murmured by sources close to the situation, could involve the Packers sending a first-round pick in the 2026 draft to Tampa Bay in exchange for Evans. This kind of deal makes sense because Green Bay is known for their savvy draft strategy and their ability to develop receivers. Adding Evans would give quarterback Jordan Love a true alpha receiver who can stretch the field, dominate in the red zone, and elevate the entire offense. Imagine a Packers offense with Evans stretching the field on fades, running deep outs, and creating space underneath for Watson and Doubs. It would be a nightmare for defenses, especially when their secondary is already under pressure. Now, let's not forget the strategic factors here. The Buccaneers are focused on youth and rebuilding, and Evans, despite his talent, might be seen as a piece more valuable to a team like Green Bay, which is in a window of contention. Evans' contract situation, his extension stalling, probably makes him more open to a trade, especially if Tampa is emphasizing a rebuild. The Bucs are also focused on their cap space, and trading Evans could free up some room for future moves. Plus, with the team focusing on the development of their younger receivers and the possibility of drafting new talent, parting ways with Evans might be a strategic move for Tampa's long-term plans. What does this mean for the Packers? Well, adding Evans would be a game changer. It would give Jordan Love a true top-tier weapon, increasing their passing yards per game significantly, by around 26%, according to some projections, jumping from 232 to nearly 292 yards per game. That kind of explosive offense would make Green Bay a real threat in the NFC, especially in the playoffs. Their red zone efficiency would skyrocket from roughly 55% to over 68%, and with Evans's ability to make contested catches, the Packers would be able to convert more of those red zone opportunities into touchdowns. This would directly impact their scoring output, helping them stay competitive against high-powered offenses like the Vikings, whose secondary has struggled this season. In terms of overall impact, Evans's presence would elevate the Packers' offense by roughly 22% in offensive EPA, expected points added per play, making them a more potent, more unpredictable attack. Defenses would have to game plan around him, which would open up opportunities for Watson and Doubs underneath. And let's talk about the big plays. Evans's ability to jump high and win those contested catches would add a new dimension to Green Bay's passing game, boosting their big play rate and making them a more dangerous team overall. Looking ahead to Super Bowl LX, the odds for the Packers, initially at plus 1,200, could shift dramatically. Some sportsbooks already marking them as favorites around plus 750 if this move materializes. That's a significant boost, and it's not just about the numbers. It's about the confidence and the swagger this kind of acquisition would give the team. Imagine the Packers lining up with Evans, Watson, and Doubs, a trio that would cause nightmares for any secondary in the league, especially with Jordan Love developing chemistry with them. This move could be the X factor that pushes Green Bay over the edge, especially in close playoff games against teams like the Lions, where matchups matter and a big receiver like Evans could be the difference maker. Of course, not everyone is sold on parting ways with Evans, especially considering his iconic status and his proven production. Tampa Bay might be cautious about releasing such a key player, but the combination of their current record, their focus on rebuilding, and the strategic value of draft picks seems to make the trade plausible. The Buccaneers are also eyeing their cap space and future opportunities, and moving Evans could serve as a catalyst for their long-term rebuild. For Green Bay, this isn't just about adding a star receiver. It's about transforming their entire offense into a nightmare for defenses. It's about maximizing their window and giving Jordan Love the best chance to succeed. Evans's size, skill set, and experience would complement the existing core and elevate the team to a new level. Plus, it's a statement to the league that the Packers are serious about contending again, especially if they can pair Evans with Watson and Doubs, creating a receiving core that's one of the most formidable in the NFC. In summary, this potential trade is a bold move that could redefine the NFC North and set the Packers on a path towards Super Bowl glory. It's a calculated risk, but one that teams take when they want to make a statement and leave their mark. And for the Green Bay Packers, bringing in Mike Evans might just be the final piece they need to make a deep playoff run, challenge the best defenses, and finally bring another Lombardi home. The future looks exciting, and fans should be ready for this roller coaster ride because if it happens, the NFL landscape could be forever changed. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing Evans in the green and gold? Do you believe this move could propel the Packers to Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This potential move has the Packers fans buzzing, and honestly, it's hard not to get excited about what could be coming next. The Packers have always been about resilience, smart moves, and making history, and this trade might just be the next chapter in their storied legacy.